In this episode, I check out the Leh markets, rather large bulls roam the streets. I come across 2 humped camels. I ride over the former highest motorable road in the world. My track turns into a river, and it's high fives all around. I'm currently here in Leh in Ladakh. As mentioned last time, I'm waiting for a permit so I can head north. So the owner of the hotel's been helping me out. This morning though, he said he wasn't sure he's going to be able to get it today or the next few days actually. So I made plan B and was thinking about heading, west-south to another valley and a monastery. And I'd even packed up my gear. But as things always do, it's changed again. And he's come back and said by about 5:30 he should have my permit to head north. So I've got another day here. Might go and check out the markets or something, and then I'll head off early in the morning north to explore up there. There's a couple of places I want to check out, a couple of valleys and a couple of pretty spectacular lakes from what I can see, and a couple of interesting animals that I might check out. So I went outside the hotel, past the prayer wheels, to find something to eat on the street. I came across what seemed like a very grumpy bull, or he just had something to say to anyone who'd listen. Then I found some food. Just a quick update, there's good news, got a permit. So we're off tomorrow. I then wandered up the street to where the main market was. This definitely seemed the main part of town. I checked out some side alleys where they were selling high quality fabrics, traditional hats, jewellery, and things you might actually expect a genie to pop out if you rub them. I came across more exquisite materials. They also seemed to be fans of gold figurines. Back out on the main street, they were selling grains, nuts, dry food, also fresh vegetables, which looked like they'd come out of their own personal gardens. I headed back past more garment stores, the bull from earlier now having a scratch, to make it back to the hotel. So these are the kind of guys who've helped me out with my pass over here.
This is the owner.
This is the owner, and we'll call him a fixer because he's helped me out, change currency, get permits, and just do everything I needed. Thanks guys.
Tomorrow where are you going? You're going to Kargil?
Kargil. No. Where am I going? North.
Tomorrow going to Nubra.
Nubra. We've made a decision.
Then Pangong. And after come back to here, then going to Zaneskar.
They know more than me. That's why it's great to get to know the locals. I said goodbye to one of the really helpful staff from the hotel. I did feel a little bad as I'd made him get up at 5:30 a.m. to unlock the gate. I made my way through town with no traffic or anybody about. Another reason I love leaving early. As soon as I reached the edge of town, the road started climbing up towards the highest pass in the region. Came upon the first police checkpoint. I got the new permit out. Let's see if it works. Well, no issues. And I was now allowed to proceed up the mountain. I could see the road zigzagging its way up the mountain in front of me. I saw the altitude on the display. I was now passing through 5,000 metres. road workers were trying to keep warm before they started their day's work. And it looks like they're sleeping up here at over 5,000 metres elevation. I'm pretty sure I'd struggle with that. I'd reached the top of the pass, which used to be the highest motorable pass in the world. Morning. Well, I've made it to the high point of this pass, and as always with these passes, it gets a little hard to breathe, as you may hear. Oh, another stunning valley to drop down into, so I'll better test that oxygen level. Still a little bit of snow left. Has got a lot colder. My hands are, I'm going to put the winter gloves on, and maybe another layer. Now that's interesting. They're using bricks to pave the road. It's just a guess, but I gather they expect the ground to move, whether that from snowmelt or landslides. With bricks, if the ground moves and creates gaps, or a whole section slides by metres, you can just pick up all the bricks from the affected area, re-flatten the base, then use the same bricks to pave it again, saving the cost of new tarmac and also having to remove the old surface. You can see here, the earth has moved and there are cracks starting to open up in the road. The exact reason they're using those bricks. There was another police checkpoint, but no one was there, so I continued on. Couldn't help myself as I dropped into the next valley. Just seeing those layers of mountains that I'm about to, I guess, explore and get through. When you see it on the map, you see the contours and you understand it goes up and down, but until you get here, how just up, steep and jagged, and how tight it all is. Everything seems so compressed compared to looking down on a map. Cool, well, let's get into it.
It's a cool hard wind outside my window. Ooh, where people don't know which way to go. I breathe you in 'cause your scent's deep on my pillow. I'll stay home.
Well, the inevitable happened. When you have basically a single lane road, nobody could move because of another truck behind, so it had to back up. It's like trying to untangle fishing line. Which part do you untangle first? Eventually we got moving. I hadn't seen a vehicle, then all of a sudden they're everywhere. The guy in the truck waved me through to the other side. It's all about getting through any way you can. Those military trucks are going to have a lot of fun trying to get through there. There was a huge workforce in this section. I made it down to the bottom of the valley next to the river. I am surprised how close the road is to the water level of the river. I thought, seeing a lot of the water would be from snowmelt, the river would rise during spring, but it mustn't, as this is the water level in late summer.
We go undercover, I will be your lover. We're up for night and day. Come on, let me hear you say.
Again, I have no idea how this bridge wouldn't get washed away every spring. The water is so close to the bottom of the bridge.
So we better stay.
got to a section where the water was on the road, but it was pretty shallow.
Come on, let me hear you say it's undercover. Don't want the games they play. It's not a song.
Well, the first section was shallow. This was getting a little deeper. And there was a little bit of a rough patch in the middle of this section. I wound my way through villages and open land as I headed deeper into the valley.
It's a cool hard wind outside my window. Ooh, where people don't know which way to go. I breathe you in 'cause you're sensed deep on my pillow.
I got to another random checkpoint. They checked my papers and sent me on my way.
With you in my head, we go undercover. I'll be your lover. We're up to night and day. Come on, let me hear you say, let's go undercover. I'm gonna be your lover. I don't want the games they play. It's not a so we better stay.
It's like everything's on steroids. These valley walls are wild. It's fun. I had to give another one of those permit papers. I've only got 4 of them. And I'm just saying, I'll just go to the water, and they just took the paper. So hopefully I don't need more. And this is only the first half day, and I've had to give away 2 already. So I'm going to turn around here and head back, but this time I'll stop and take some photos. I was just trying to work out probably the best spots, because you always seem to stop somewhere, take a photo and think, yeah, get around the corner and there's a better shot. So I thought if I do it this way, wouldn't have to stop as many times. And also there's some hot springs. I couldn't see a sign, but I'll see if I can find them on the way back. The river is absolutely moving. Imagine the thing in spring. All the snow melt. This thing would be scary. These lattice bridges can be quite mesmerising as you ride through them. The little guy wanted a second crack. I went down a side road into the village to try and find the hot springs. I had no luck, so I got back onto the main road. I went down a side road as I spotted one of the things I'd been told about. Sand dunes. Well, I made it to the area where there's some sand dunes, and over there's a animal. I walked over. I did think initially when I heard there was camels here that they'd be roaming free, but it's not the case. So these are the 2-hump variety of camel. They are Bactrian camels and are also found in cold desert areas across Mongolia, here in Ladakh, China, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan and parts of Afghanistan. The camels are critically endangered in the wild. There are fewer than 1,000 individuals remaining in their native range in the Gobi Desert in northern China and Mongolia, making them the 8th most endangered large mammal in the world. The sand dunes and camels in the middle of a valley. Very unique. Everything's just so much bigger. I got to the water crossing again, remembering that it was just the first part that was a little rough. Where the second section was very shallow and the surface underneath was smooth. I took a left into the adjacent valley, which the Shyok River runs through. There was a massive tower in the middle of this flat section. I only worked out what it was once I climbed up the side of the next hill, as there was another tower there. It claims to be the world's highest and longest zip line. A very random place for it to be. Another blocked road, so I waited in the shade. I rode through town looking for somewhere to stay and came upon this hotel. Not a happy donkey by the sounds of it. Found somewhere to stay, and it's pretty new, pretty clean. It's only $16. There's a slight catch. Power doesn't come on till 5 p.m. until 11 p.m. But by 11 p.m. I'll be asleep, and I'm leaving early in the morning. And I was going to go and explore that valley a little bit more, take the back bags off and have a bit of a look around, maybe get something to eat. And then by that time, it should be after 5. So it doesn't really matter not having power on now. There's showers and don't know if there's hot water. We'll find out. Cold shower will be fine. But yeah, that was a fun day so far. It's not over yet, but that valley was pretty good. Going over that rise this morning, I did feel, again, once you get over that 5,000 meters, you can feel the. All right, I'm gonna drop the gear off here and then go and see what's a little further down the valley. This thing goes for I don't know how long, so I'm just gonna have a bit of a wander really. As I rode out of town, you could see on the side of the mountain what basically looked like a waterfall of rocks. There were more rock walls and sand dunes. I went down a few side tracks, then popped out where I got a great view of the wall. And spent most of the time looking up at the mountains. I made my way back into town, where I thought it would be best to fill up with fuel this afternoon, as the fuel stations don't open as early as I set off. But there was an issue: freshly laid bitumen. I went a little further and thought, yeah, I can sneak through there. There was one last place I wanted to check out. On the way into town, I spotted a place I thought might be a great spot to watch the sun go down. What a great way to end a day. It's just this perfectly flat ground with these massive mountains everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's a massive mountain. It's almost like those sleeping giants, like they could just wake up. They're just that big. That probably doesn't make any sense, but does to me. I had stopped under a monastery, which was perched high on the hill, almost as if it was part of the hillside. I soaked it all in, as it's not every day you get to watch the light fade over the Himalayas. So tomorrow the plan is to head towards a lake. It's what the guys in Leh had suggested. Apparently it's really impressive, so I'm going to check it out. Although they also said there had been reports that the road had some issues, like water issues, and probably worse than today. But it's only one way to find out. I have to turn around and come another way. Well, that'll be all part of it. So until then.
Oh my love, you're such a fragile thing, I know. And with the winter comes the ice, the snow, but I'm here to hold. And oh my love.
In the next episode, I ride down a stream Then the road I was riding on ends in a massive ditch. I climb up over another high pass, where the fog rolls in. Then the skies open up, and with all the rain, the water runoff starts ripping up the roads. But I finally make it to a stunning lake.
I'm lying, and I'm lying.